Hi, I'm joined by Larry O'Brien, Vice President of Research at ARC Advisory Group. Larry, welcome.
Hi, Chris. How are you?
I'm doing well. So my first question for you is, how do we match security investments and safety investments to manage risks?
Well, it's not an easy question. One of the things we're emphasizing here at the forum this week is that security and safety are intertwined, right? So in our view, it's very difficult to separate the two, cybersecurity and safety. A lot of times it can also be difficult to get investment justification for things like safety and cybersecurity because in many cases they don't produce an immediate return on investment. But I think today it is a necessary thing. I mean, you can't go without investing in cybersecurity and safety. And we believe that the two should be viewed as two interlocking disciplines. There's a lot that the two disciplines can share with each other. There's a lot of knowledge from the safety sector that can be, shared with the cybersecurity sector, for example. So I hope that answers your question, but I think they're both equally important.
Is the concept of integrated control and safety systems still valid? Or do we go back to the age of relay-based safety systems and analog controls?
Yeah. So the concept of integrated control and safety is, in our view, is still a valid concept. So we can't go back and just get rid of digital safety systems, in other words. And there is certain information from safety systems that is valuable, to the process control system and to other areas of the plant. So I think to some degree you're going to have sharing of information between safety systems and process control systems. One of the things that we did discuss earlier this week was that there may be some value in constructing built-for-purpose hardware that might be of a more, say, electromechanical nature or, purpose-built, hardware nature that's maybe not so digital that maybe we could use to protect, certain critical processes. But I think it's probably too late to turn back the clock to go back to things like relay-based safety systems and so forth, most of which have been largely replaced already. And there just aren't that many manufacturers that make these older types of systems anymore. So I think we're going to, in a sense, live with the systems that we have and try to make them more secure and maybe explore some new avenues for new products that we might be able to make that can address some of these problems.
Is convergence of safety and cybersecurity strictly a control system or a network issue?
No. In fact, we feel that convergence of safety and cybersecurity is an issue that is pervasive, throughout the manufacturing process. You can't have good cybersecurity without good safety. I think one example that we like to use is the area of physical safety, for example. So you can have really good cybersecurity. You can have an excellent safety system in place, but if your control cabinets aren't locked, if you have things like programming switches for your safety system that are left in program mode while the system is running, for example, if you have block houses and control rooms that are left unlocked, if you maybe have passwords that are taped, to the screen of your workstation. So those are all basic things that I think relate to safety that aren't really process safety issues, right? A lot of these issues speak to sort of what I call belt and suspenders procedural issues or work process issues that need to be addressed in the plant. So it's not just a process safety issue. It's an overall safety issue that affects really the entire manufacturing enterprise.
There are many systems and devices in a plant, and safety systems have been referred to as undocumented devices. What about the other types of systems and devices we have to consider?
Yeah, so safety systems are referred to as undocumented devices because they sort of existed outside the realm of the traditional DCS or PLC and their associated networks, which is where a lot of the focus and a lot of the effort of industrial or ICS cybersecurity is focused on these systems. But safety systems are one example. To me, there's a lot of other types of systems in plants that may go unnoticed from a cybersecurity perspective that have a direct impact on the safety of the plant. And those things include things like fire and gas detection systems, for example, terminal automation systems, that control materials flowing in and out of tank storage terminals. We have things like oil movement and storage systems. All these things have a big impact on plant safety. I don't think they're really on the radar, in terms of cybersecurity for a lot of end users, and they really do need to be.
Well, thanks, Larry, for sharing your insights with us today.
Thank you.
This is Chris Kinane coming to you from the ARC Advisory Group Orlando Forum. Thank you for watching.